And I don't know that it really has anything to do with the numbers that they release. I think it just,
Well, you know, like for the last week, I've said we're so close to the point where we want to get to that people might just start to saying, you know, I'm not going to take that chance that we're going to go down lower. I want to play the game now that we're going higher. And I think tomorrow we go higher. My personal opinion after the CPI, even if the CPI comes out really good and we pop and they're going to try to fade it, because that's what has been the play, is to fade the big pop.
Yeah.
And everyone, I heard today, everyone talking about it on the radio. Fade the pop because of the earnings and what we got to be concerned with, but that's also already priced in. You know, these stocks have already gotten hit. You know, I'd buy any of the quality names that got hit on earnings, 2, 3, 4, 5% more down. I would be buying Facebook. I'd be buying Apple. Any type of hits, I'd be buying.
You know, the smartest thing that I think I bought was Visa in June.
Yeah.
It never dropped below that 200. I bought it just below 200, and it's held up through then it retested, and the whole market went lower. Visa didn't.
Yeah.
It's been a safe play. It's up a little, you know. I mean, and then the Netflix, it was just so beat up, you know. And a lot of people, you know, bitching about crypto being down so far. Take a look at majority of the stock market is down about the same percentage as Bitcoin is.
Yeah.
It's just the big, you know, the stocks are weighted differently, you know. So some of the really big ones are, you know, even though the overall index isn't. But if you look at Visa, Johnny, I mean. Look at my screen real quick if you want to glance at. This is the logarithmic chart going back just 5 or 6 years, and look at the 200 EMA and sort of a wedge kind of breakout kind of idea. If nothing else, a channel. But look at how this behaved, you know, during the, you know,
it's way off. Yeah.
I mean, you
definitely
know,
holding
of
up.
course, a lot of stocks did. You know, a lot of stocks have you know, pulled back. I mean, it was 250 and it dropped to 170.
So what's your call? You know, let's just make the calls. I want to blunt out calls here. How do we close tomorrow? Higher or lower? Excellent. I say we rally, and instead of the fade gets bought, and we continue to rally after the first little pullback. The market might be choppy after the CPI numbers, but I think we're going to rally tomorrow into the earnings. I think the earnings there are too many people looking at earnings again, and I think it's already priced in the earnings. So I'm looking for a rally tomorrow.
I think we rally tomorrow also.
Order submitted.
But I think they fade it, but we still wind up closing green for the
submitted.
session.
Okay, that was kind of what I thought. You know, the first fade comes back, but they hold it. But
at least in the green territory, you know. And then I think Friday we could have a good push. Now we wake up tomorrow morning, this thing is up another 40, 50, 60 bucks or something like that. And it sucks in a lot of, you know, dumb retail and everything. They're going to run right over them, you know. And then maybe we wind up finishing at the highs.
Yeah.
You know, there's so many people that are so sure that this thing is going to roll over and go lower. We're in that like danger zone where even they're saying to themselves, even if we're right and it does go lower, we got to stop out at some point because this is getting crazy the way this is bouncing. You know, which will still cause them to cover, which pushes higher. You know, and then at some point when it really gets starting to get up to 42, 4,300 or whatever, they're going to be like, you know, damn, we can't miss this. We got people, you know, mad at us. All their hedges are you know, going the other way, and you know, it's all just a balance. I wouldn't want to be holding on to. I mean, I'm not trying to.
I have an interesting. You know, now that we're looking at this pivot area, this was a divergence. We're talking about maybe the January, December lows are the lows, and we're not going to take the October lows. That red trend line above us was an old 1, 2, 3 pattern. I just noticed that if I could I want to just copy that line here for a second and see if we could lay that down now to the two new pivots. That's almost going to be a perfect parallel trend line.
Yep.
Look at this. Look at that.
Yep.
Holy crap. I mean, this is exact.
Yeah, I've seen that too. Yeah.
This is an exact pivot here. An exact touch of the trend. You know, this is perfect. So look at this. This is almost too good to be true. You had a nice channel here. You broke down. You came back. You pushed to the top. You came back down. Now you're midpoint. The next breakdown is easily defined by this trend line. The resistance is easily defined by the trend line.
Yep.
I mean, I see us going higher, but hey, if we do break down lower, I don't think we take out October lows. I think that would be the last fake out before the breakout. If we do go down lower for some reason, fast, a couple days, a week, and we shoot down lower, watch for a divergence.
Have you seen my my daily ES where I found the fallen wedge on the stochastics? I've been referring to my same stuff. I was banging the table when we were going back to 3,800 and we were holding. I drew a circle in. Look at this bullish divergence. Can you see this on my screen? So I'm looking at the ES though, not that. Look at the fallen wedge on the stochastics on the daily. You won't find it anywhere all the way back to 1983 that looks organized like that. And we had a bullish divergence right here at this circle right here, double, triple bottoms and stuff. We held that level. And I've been calling. I mean, you can ask the room on my Friday shows and stuff. I've been calling it every single one of these levels. As long as it holds, we're moving back up. But look at the weekly, Johnny. We had one back here, and this is the reason why I was calling for a bottom at the 200 EMA on this weekly ES. Right at the 200 EMA and the 200 SMA is where we collected, right in here, the 200 EMA. And I spotted this fallen wedge look on the weekly. And if I go all the way back to 1983, you won't find anything that looks like that.
Take care.
All the way back. It's the most organized, like looking, this is robbery right in front of you, and they're setting you up to make you think this thing is going to 666, and it came back and it took out those lows, but not by too much, and it still bounced to the 61.8 Fibonacci retracement on the weekly chart. Yep. In the middle of everybody saying this market is shot and it's going to hell. It's
39.90 is the 200 period moving average EMA. On the daily, they're probably a little bit different on the SMA, but that 4,000 is right there, that big whole number. I think everyone's looking at 4,000.
Yeah. And you're talking about on the cash, yeah.
Yeah, on the cash. I mean, that's a big level.
On the ES, we're right up against the 200 EMA right now.
Yeah.
But my issue with both the cash and the ES charts on the daily is that we've got back in that overbought zone on the stochastics. Yeah. Is it running out of steam, Well, of course, we know it can embed, and the damn thing can go up another 10% and just stay.
Is it going to be that? That's where it comes down to believing, is this going to be the same fade, any type of good news? And it's going to, it's going to be, you lay your money down here. I mean, I'm not really going to profit if it pops other than my longs. I don't have any positions in the SPY for tomorrow. If we popped up here at 9, what time, 8:30, and we get a big push higher, a lot of people are going to try to fade it in the morning. A lot of people are going to try to fade this, and that's going to be food for the market. So I think we could rally on that.
And we've been running this week, and we wound up holding up and running higher this week simply because it's a scheduled event that we know that's going to happen. Yeah. And I try to tell the new traders all the time, it doesn't mean that there's good news come out, bad news coming. It doesn't matter. They know there's a scheduled event, and they're going to try to run us up into that scheduled event, knowing that people are going to be saying, they must know something. They must know something.
Well, last week, it got released. Someone got a hold of it early. The way the market popped and the volume came in, there was some not last week, last month, CPI. Yeah. There was some shenanigans happening.
Oh, the big players already know what's going on.
They already announced that Biden's going to have a speech on inflation tomorrow. So he's going to do that after this number at 10 o'clock. So what does that tell you? Okay. Does he already know it's going to be good, or else he'd be quiet? If inflation spikes back up, or CPI hasn't changed, it wasn't a good number. Would he get out on the, would he get out there in front of the TV and say, we're going to try harder? No, he's going to take credit for something good. So I'm feeling that because they already...
Yeah, I see what you're saying. Yeah.
He's out here to do he says we're going to talk inflation at 10 o'clock right after the numbers. I think they know, right? They have to know.
Right. That's a good point, because he's not going to be setting himself up to come out and apologize for something bad. He's going to come out and he's going to talk about and try to take credit for some progress.
Yes.
So that's a good point. I didn't think of that. We also have Bullard that's supposed to speak at like 12:40, and then we have somebody else from the New York Fed or something supposed to talk after the close tomorrow. And then job numbers are supposed to come out at 8:30 also. Yeah. So you got CPI and job numbers. It could be wacky, man. It could be crazy up and down this tomorrow. I could see us popping, 50, 60 points to the upside with a big gigantic wick, and then just, slap it, fade that and slap it down pretty quick, right. And then by 950 reversal or something back to the upside, or so it could be.
The market's been like that. It's been selling off, coming back strong.
Yep.
What happens if the inflation on the CPI is hotter than expected?
Well, I think that in that case, I think they sell off a little bit more and try to puke everybody out at 38.50 or something, right?
I mean, is that telling us anything?
Just in the face of them, run the other back up.
Order filled. Order canceled.
You know what I mean? Once they get everybody, the whole hell is shot now. I'm getting out of everything I own. Just click, 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 click.
Screw this. They can't get can't get anything together.
Yeah, I mean,
I can't see that, but
there's a lot of prices that have come down, but all this stuff is like so rigged. This, what they decide to, include in the numbers and the timing on the stuff, and there's certain industries that are affected more than others, and it's delayed, and then there's revisions and stuff. I do know gas prices came down.
Why I'm oversold.
I don't know if that's factored in, but I mean, if it's just simply inflation that they're looking at, the prices of houses got cut in half because none of them are selling. Instead of 40,000 houses selling in 6 months, now it's like the last month 13 sold.
Yeah.
There's more foreclosures now happening with old interest rates that are low than there are sales. And they say that there's less consumer saving now.
Yeah. Like, I believe that because people are paying extra money
than ever recorded.
And it's tough. It was a tough time of year for this. It's Christmas and holidays, and people are,
That's true. That's true.
That's a tough time for people. So they've dug into their savings.
But, I mean, the new savings, like contributing to your current savings, like every month you get your paycheck, you put 10% away or whatever. Yeah, it's at the lowest amount of adding to your savings. But that would make sense if prices have been high for a while for just normal stuff that people need to survive. And freaking egg is $1 now. A carton of eggs is $11.88 at Walmart.
No.
Yep.
No. Come on.
No, I think it's about back. It's 18 eggs for $11.88.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's 18. It's not 12. It's 18. But I mean, they used to get that for 79 cents, man.
Really? I mean, I don't even know. I never paid attention to food prices, but now I do because it's more each time I go, and it's. But I couldn't tell you how much a carton of eggs were last year to this year. But I know they're like $6 now.
Yeah, no, it's twice that in some places, but it's not usually. I mean, we eat a carton of eggs a week, so it's not like. So what? I'm spending another $5 a week. I mean, it's not a big deal, gas, and that's not like gas, where gas went up, 60% or whatever, and people are guzzling it, trying to get back and forth. It can affect people a lot more, because you're consuming a lot of it. But now they send the damn chickens. There's pictures on Facebook and stuff of like chicken farms with like 2.7 million chickens.
Yeah.
Now they got 17 left.
17 chickens left?
Yeah. A pile of chickens, man, it's 177 feet high. And the fire department is out there, and there's a guy with a flamethrower burning all the chicken.
Paul, you come up with these things. I don't know about you.
Well, we live in a chicken. Purdue is right here.
Yeah. No, I know. I had a good.
And so I could ask some of the, we got chicken farms all around. I mean, you can smell them in the summer and stuff.
You should go and investigate.
Yeah, but I mean, you could get some cheap chicken.
Well, I want to start my video or get going on it before it gets too late. I want to get some stuff out for tomorrow.
But this thing about the stoves, you can't buy a freaking gas oven anymore. After Biden is going to outlaw gas stoves. What in the hell, man? So if you can't spend 15 minutes cooking some eggs, okay, on the gas stove, then why don't they outlaw natural gas power plants? Natural gas.
I don't know what the
I mean, it's a very small amount of fossil fuels being used. The electricity for an electric stove is probably being produced with coal or nat gas. So wouldn't it be more efficient just to take the heat directly to the stove? I mean, what are they trying to do? This ain't Russia, man. Whatever happened to America, John?
It's even. All right, so I just paused it here because we wanted to wait for the video. I want to try to get these videos out a little bit faster, and they're supposed to be under 10 minutes long. Real short, concise videos that we concentrate on certain things. Of course, you heard the discussion of what we think tomorrow. The CPI, I'm looking for that rally. I think we're both looking for a rally. There's a lot of talk of the fade trade coming out. If there's a big rally, that they're going to fade it again, and that might happen. But then again, if that's being talked about, we could see that fade disappear fast, and the market continue to feed on that. So it's going to be a fun day tomorrow. So be sure to join us early in the morning, 8:30. That report comes out, CPI. And then we have some Fed. We have the unemployment numbers coming out, or initial claims, I believe. Continuing claims, initial claims, and then the Fed speaker coming out also around 12, which I'd be a little worried about that. I would say that, again, get the CPI, maybe we have some good, then Biden's coming out, and then we have a Fed president. So I'd be more concerned going into that Fed president comments anything. Like, see the market rally up to that point, and then be very cautious, maybe even taking a hedge or something like that. So that's what I'm looking for. And then I just want to go over some stocks to watch tomorrow. These are stocks that are moving after hours here. Here's the S&P. We talked about the trend line here, so got a lot of good information on that. Teva is about to break out. We talked about the three-day consolidation here. We're up against the $11 level. There's that big channel up here. This is our target. Our target is 12 to 14 on this, and it looks pretty good. I think we're going to get that move very soon on Teva, the first one. And now we have Kern, and again, these are for people tomorrow. These are on the move tonight. Now, if you're with us, you know, even if you're not with us, and you say, well, this one came out a little after 5 o'clock, it ran up, we're going to circle it here tomorrow morning. It could go, just something to put on your list and maybe look into it. Kern. Next one on the list, this is for tomorrow, YTEN. Again, another one that popped after hours, Yield 10 Biosciences, and it's holding up pretty good. Now, by the time you get in tomorrow, you remember, pre-market opens up at 4 o'clock in the morning on the U.S. market, 4 o'clock, so I don't picture a lot of people getting up at 4 o'clock and seeing if you get runs. So these might run early, go to $5, $6, $7, and then come back. By the time you get in, it's back down to $3.21. But we're at least going to mark them off here for you so you can see them. They've also shown up on my scanner here. So you see here, YEN. I told you, anything that doesn't have a blue flag is a new setup. The YTEN showed up here right after hours. So you could actually probably jumped in on that if you wanted to. Then we have NXTP, an interesting one. I did get into this one. Around 2 o'clock, we were showing good relative strength. Maybe it was a little bit before. And we just liked to hold it. And it closed pretty good. Now, what do we like about this? Very similar to the BIOR move. BIOR had a nice follow-through. If we go back and take a look at this stock here, we had a reverse split back here on BIOR. And this is what I've been noticing in the market. There's a little pattern that's showing up. It's stocks that have gone through a reverse split about 5 to 7 days later. Before that, they come out with some news, and the lack of, the smaller float really causes these things to kind of squeeze and get big moves. And that move eventually comes when you take out the split adjusted high on that candle, which is, in this case, 367 is the high, 367. So once I broke 367, I looked back at it today, you actually had a nice run on this. And that's what we're going to watch on this other one, NXTP. You notice this had a nice little split here. Now that's a post split, so I'm looking at this number right here at the $3 level for the breakout. And we got close to moving up to it today. We got up to 367, 370. So I'd watch that for tomorrow. See if we get that break above this level. Maybe this thing starts to move a little bit more aggressively after that split. Just taking that kind of, finding that pattern in the market. It's also kind of a little divergence. So, again, I'm in that one. XPON. This one had a nice little pop after hours. Look at this nice pullback. And then a pop, and this is after hours right here. You can see it popped, and it's kind of, this is where we noticed it. It's kind of holding up pretty good going into after hours right here. No position, but I wanted to point it out to you. And then BBBY here, we got to mention that one. The big squeeze after hours, it got up here towards 4.30 before falling back under $4. It could be $5, $6 tomorrow morning before fading. So if you are holding this, you could put an order in at 4 o'clock, a little after 4 o'clock, and see if you get a pop on this. And who knows if there's going to be news, short squeeze, I don't know. It's in play, and we'll see. It's about 10 minutes to go. So I'll watch this one into the 8 o'clock close here, because this one actually might move before that. And that's the setups I wanted to get out to you. Sniper Sam, one of our members, brought an interesting stock to my attention today. So I'll show it to you. ORMP. They have a couple of trials going on, and one of the trial the data is due this month, or at least early in the quarter. So this is something that's definitely off the highs. They have a liver drug. They have I think a diabetes drug. And they have a diabetes drug, and they have some favorable updates on it. So this is something I am looking at to get into. Now the last one we got into is the great one here. Where is it? Zyme, ZYME, and that's acting great. Everyone should have a profit on that. ZYME. And that's coming out of a pennant formation. Now another great pennant formation we took today, and we crushed it, was GEHC. Pennant formation, breakout, big move, sold on the big move, and that was that. We bought Disney today, DIS. We got lucky because after hours there was some good news, so we're going to have a nice profit tomorrow morning. Question is, do we just take that profit off? We'll probably have a couple bucks in it, a couple $100 in it. I like this. I always like Disney back to $100. This looks great. I'm happy with this. I don't think it's pulling back too much. I'll have to make that decision tomorrow at the open. All right, so we'll make that decision as we go. That's the update for Day Trading Radio. I want to continue doing the overnight show here, but this is going out to anybody out there who finds that the research is valuable. Head over to daytradingradio.com. We're broadcasting live. We have a great membership community and many tools, chat rooms, education, live trade alerts, live news. Too much to even go into. But we do have a free trial, dtr.tv/free. Gets you a free trial, no credit card or anything. That's dtr.tv/free. But I know a lot of members are watching this now, so no one's out there without, because I kind of cut it off on the outside for today. I don't think we opened it back up, so if you get this in the video. All right, that's it. Let's move on. Have a good evening. 24 minutes. It's a little long for my videos.